Hey everybody, what's up? It's Peepa2 and I am so excited to show off not one, but two very excellent Pokemon plushies. These two from Pokemon Center are basically as far as you can get from release. I say that kind of true, at least when it comes to these certain Pokemon. If you guys don't know, I am one of the biggest Rockruff fans as well. Of course, I do love my Oshawotts, and Poochyena will always be my favorite doggo. However, Rockruff has always had a very special place in my heart ever since he first got announced. Of course, if you look around, you can see a good amount of Rockruffs hiding somewhere. We have Dusk Lycanroc right here. We have the Sleeping Rockruff somewhere over there. And just different other ones all around my room. And today we get to add two brand new ones. At least one of them is brand new. The other one is actually a pretty old plushie. And I am so excited to actually show it off and let you guys see one of the Pokemon that I've wanted for a while. So, without further ado, I want to show you guys the 2016 Pokemon Center Rockruff plushie. This dude I got for $5. Can you believe $5 for this guy? It's so hard to find a Rockruff plushie, at least an official Rockruff plushie in general, besides the Jasmine ones. So the fact that I was able to find the Pokemon Center one that I'm not going to say is a grail, however, it is definitely one I've wanted for a while. He's so cute. I love it. To the little hard button nose, to the ears, to the little tufts. He is so adorable. And this is kind of what I imagine the perfect Rockruff plush to maybe look like. I've always talked about how I wanted that Tommy one. I actually did a whole video about the Tommy one that I have up there and how it was a definite grail. But that was mainly because I just wanted a Rockruff plushie that was licensed. But this guy is not only a grail that I kind of wanted pretty bad, but it's the exact one that I actually had the bootleg of originally that I actually have in my car right now. Because if you don't know, in my original collection, my first ever Rockruff was a bootleg Rockruff that I got on eBay. Fun fact, I actually got this guy on eBay as well. And I think he is definitely an improvement, mainly because it doesn't look like he got a big OB sting with this guy. You can tell, and the face is actually proportional, and his body is not really chubby. The chubby one that I had for the bootleg kind of reminds me of the Chunkachu that you would see, but yeah, he was a pretty big boy when it came to plushies, so I'm happy the fact that we were able to get this guy, and I am really in love with the design. It's a very simple design, but it was a 2016 Pokemon Center plushie, so all the plushies aren't going to be that crazy when it at least came to designs yet. Now that we're in Sitting Cuties era or just posing era for these Pokemon plushies, they're a lot different and a lot more energy to them. But in 2016, they didn't care about that. They just really wanted to make a Rockruff plushie, and I think they killed the simplicity and the excellence of this beautiful little rock dog. So yeah, we officially add the Pokemon Center 2016 Rockruff to my collection. And I definitely need the Christmas one to go with this, but for now, I think that this was definitely a pretty awesome pickup and a pretty cheap pickup too. But next up, I do want to show off the guy that I'm actually super excited about. This is such an adorable freaking Rockruff plushie. I think out of every Rockruff plushie I own, the sleeping one will probably be my favorite forever. However, or at least the one that my girlfriend didn't buy for me, this little guy right here with the two colored eyes, he is definitely my favorite for sure. However, if it's an actual licensed one, the sleeping one definitely has my heart. But this one is definitely a number 3, and that is My Little Buddy. This little guy is part of the My Little Buddy line. I believe they have a brand new tag for it, whatever it may be on the actual English Pokemon Center. But wow, he is a big boy, and this is basically how I imagine a life-size puppy Rockruff would look. He does look very much like a comfy friend, which is really cool, but sadly that means that we probably won't get a comfy friend Rockruff for a long time, but he does have the same kind of fur that you would see with a comfy friend. This kind of fur is a little bit different, however, it's not too bad. My girlfriend was not a fan of the actual kind of fur that you would have on the actual main part of the plushie, but I think for what it is, it's pretty good. The eyes are the same kind of felt and stuff you would use for the comfy friends. Nose right here, pretty comfy. Right here, you would see that on some of the comfy friends. However, it's definitely a different, more rougher material than they would usually use. Then we actually get to these little parts, and this is kind of like a harder material. It feels like really hard stuffing. Like, I don't even know if it's stuffing in there or if it's foam in there. That's kind of how hard it is. So that kind of gets some points off of it. However, even though it is not the squishiest and he's not quite the most cuddly, I think this Rockruff might definitely be a top 3 Rockruff ever made. As soon as they actually announced this little guy, I knew I had to get it. And I'm at the point now where I might actually get the Lily Pump as well, because I am trying to get life-size Pokemon plushies for all the Unova Pokemon that they actually have them out, such as the Chinchino, Snivy, Tepig, Oshawotts. I have a big amount of Oshawott life-size plushies. Another one coming soon as well. And I think that this Rockruff definitely goes pretty hand in hand with my other 2 life-size Rockruffs. They're definitely more of a puppy size. However, I think for what I got and for the price, it's a pretty good idea. I know that Comfy Friends probably would have been better, and I know they're usually a little bit cheaper. This guy, I think, ran me about $55. However, he is definitely one of the cutest recent plushies I've gotten. What do you guys think about him? I'm actually a pretty big fan, like I said, but I don't know. There's some portions where I'm like, I'm not a big fan of it, such as the hard part right here. Him not really being very squishy. He is pretty hard when it comes to a plushie, so the stuffing in him is a little bit harder than normal. That, or if he's just overly stuffed. If he was a little bit less stuffed, maybe he would be a lot cuddly and a lot nicer to actually hold. But for now, he's definitely more of a collection piece just to be shown off, which you will probably see him on multiple videos in the future. But I think for what I got, this guy is definitely one of the coolest ones I've gotten this year. But yeah, guys, that is it for today's episode. I hope you all enjoyed. If you did, please hit like button, subscribe. I would love to know the question of the day. What's your favorite dog type Pokemon? Of course, mine's going to be Rockruff, Poochyena. I think Poochyena is definitely my #1 favorite when it comes to dog types. However, Rockruff is like head on its heels, and I feel like I just can't have one or the other. I usually have to have both. So even though I do have some special Poochyena plushies that are coming pretty soon that I can't wait for you guys to see in the future, I do think that Rockruff, at least for now, is getting pretty close to Poochyena territory. But yeah, I think that's it. You guys have a good one, and I will see you next time. Peace out.